Come with us on our 4-day visit to Canberra, the capital of Australia. Hey everyone, Lizandra here from About Australia. Our friends from Visit Canberra hosted Melanie, Anna, and I for a few days at Canberra to see everything that the city has to offer. While we've been to other parts of Australia, none of us had actually been to Canberra before, and honestly, we were incredibly impressed. So to get there, we flew on Fiji Airways on their new flight from Los Angeles to Canberra with a quick layover in Fiji. We stayed at the Crown Plaza in Canberra, which was very central, right next to a really nice park, and I had a really nice view. Melanie, Anna, and our friend Karen from Tourism Australia started with a visit to Mulligans Flat Woodland Sanctuary. Here, our friends from the traditional owners Aboriginal Corporation welcomed them with insights about the land through the eyes of the Ngunnawal people. And they also learned how to throw a boomerang like a pro. The next day, they joined Canberra Guided Tours for a private tour around the city. They visited highlights like the National Gallery, the Museum of Australian Democracy, and they got a behind-the-scenes look at Australian Parliament House. Then it was pinkies up at high tea lunch in the Queen's Terrace at Australian Parliament House. It looked like a dream. Last stop of the day was the Australian War Memorial, an incredible dedication to all who have served for Australia. Our friend Karen got to lay a wreath as part of the last post ceremony. It was a truly special and unforgettable moment. The next day, we headed to the Canberra Wine District for a day of wine tasting with Van Duvin Tours and with the lovely Emma Shaw. First, we stopped at Brindabella Hills Winery. The views here are gorgeous and the Riesling was one of my favorites. Next was Haywood by Nick O'Leary, where we feasted on figs, fish, and the most delicious Australian lamb. It was like pulled apart soft, so nice and tender. And we had more wine tastings, of course. Then we had a stop at Murrumbatten Chocolate Co. for some delicious rural handmade chocolate. These were so delicious. I had one with some wattle seed powder, and it was such a really nice flavor, kind of nutty, very good. Nicola Wines was next. Here the views were really nice. Look at these flowers. And the wines were really cool. One of my favorites was the Keel Tory. I had never heard of that type of wine before, and it was really cool to try it out. Last stop was Shaw Estate Wines, where we toured the new restaurant facilities and took a look at the gorgeous cellar downstairs. We finished off with a delicious sparkling and a Tempranillo. Back in the city, we explored Braddon, which would be like the foodie district of Canberra, and we had dinner at Lazy Sue. And I had some of the best food in Canberra here. Just take a look at this edamame dip and these nori tacos. They were so delicious. After dinner, we took a quick walk down the street for some ice cream at Gelato Messina to end the night. The next day was ANZAC Day, which is a national day of remembrance for all who have served in the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps during World War I, and those who have served since then. Every year, there's a dawn service in Canberra at 5:30, but I woke up at 4 in order to make it in time. Later that morning, we attended the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander commemoration ceremony. It was a beautiful and poignant ceremony. I highly recommend attending if you ever get the chance to go. After breakfast, we headed to Canberra Glassworks. This is the largest dedicated glassworks studio in Australia. We got a behind-the-scenes tour of the studio and also got to look at the artists at work. Then we made our own little glass piece. Afterwards, we took a short little walk down to Kingston Foreshore. The bars were flooded with people celebrating ANZAC Day. It was pretty cool to see. Here, we stopped for lunch at Local Press Cafe, where they had some delicious, healthy food and some really nice and refreshing juices. After, I decided to head back to the National Gallery. I hadn't had the time to really explore it, and I was just very excited to spend the day there. Melanie and Anna were really nice champs and bared with me. I could spend hours and hours here. They had some amazing pieces. It was really cool and I would love to go back one day. After the gallery, we freshened up and we explored Braddon in order to find something to eat. All the places were super busy because of ANZAC Day, which was, highly understandable. And we settled on Benspoke Brewery. This is a small local brewery with some great beers made on site. I had the Black IPA and it was very tasty. I highly recommend. And then we also paired our beers with some wings, some squid, and some salad. It was a great way to end the night, somewhere local. And that was our 4 days in Canberra. We had a fantastic time, and we want to give a special shout out to Laura, Sarah, Catherine, Justin, Shelley, and all the folks from Visit Canberra for being such great friends and having us visit their lovely city. We had a fantastic time and we were just so thrilled. We were telling everybody about Canberra and just telling everybody to go. They will have an incredible time. Thank you so much again. Sincerely, your mates at About Australia.